At noon, we're seeing new police body camera video during the Vegas massacre, where dozens of people were killed and hundreds of others injured. We're also learning more today about the girlfriend of the gunman, her sisters, speaking out for the first time today.
Meanwhile, President Trump is headed to Las Vegas right now to meet with survivors of the shooting, as well as many of those first responders. We do have team coverage at noon here of the Vegas massacre. Local 10 News reporter Eric Gureco is in our video port with the latest on the victims.
Well, let's start with Local 10 News reporter Leanne Morahong, who is in Vegas this midday. Leanne?
So many new developments just in the next 24 hours, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But I want to show you, this of course is the iconic Las Vegas sign, a popular spot for tourists to come and take photos. Take a look right underneath. You have a small memorial that's been growing. We've been seeing memorials like these popping up throughout the strip. You could see candles, a poster there saying country strong, Vegas strong, American flags. This isn't stopping though tourists from coming and taking photos. Take a look at the line here. There are people here waiting to take these photos, many of them in groups so large you don't even see the memorial. So many of those photos will never include the reality of what their trip here entailed. Again, we are getting new information today, that new body cam footage. We also know the president is expected to arrive at any moment, and we're hearing new information about Stephen Paddock's girlfriend now that she's here in the United States.
Go that way!
Body cameras rolling as officers take cover. The brave men and women risking their lives to protect the fleeing crowds.
Go that way, go that way, go that way.
And today we're getting a closer look at the sniper's nest, where 64-year-old Stephen Paddock opened fire.
We know now that he fired off and on for somewhere between 9 and 11 minutes. We know that the suspect fired over a dozen or so volleys.
These images revealing just a fraction of Paddock's massive collection.
47 firearms have been recovered. These firearms were recovered from 3 different locations.
Among the armory inside that 32nd floor room, shotguns, pistols, and assault rifles like this one, possibly able to hold up to 100 bullets, spent casings littering the floor, and chillingly stacked like bricks in the corner, at least a dozen more magazines. And today, investigators revealing hotel security was the first to approach the shooter's room.
He was advancing towards the room when the suspect fired through the door at the security guard and struck him. He was able to provide additional information to the police on exactly which room that we were looking at.
Seconds later, cops found Paddock's body splayed next to those guns. The gunman's girlfriend, Mary Lou Danley, was met by FBI agents when she landed in Los Angeles last night from the Philippines. Authorities now label Danley as central to the investigation after the discovery of so many weapons, so much ammunition, and explosives at the home they shared in Mesquite, Nevada. Danley, a one-time casino hostess, was Paddock's girlfriend for at least 3 years, traveled to her home country, the Philippines, 2 weeks before the shooting.
I know that she don't know anything as well like us. She was sent away. She was sent away so that she will be not there to interfere or put this planning.
Put the puzzles together, no one except Mary Lou, because Steve is not here to talk anymore. Only Mary Lou can maybe help.
Paddock visited her family in the Philippines 4 years ago, and one of those family members posted these photos on Facebook. President Trump now on the way to Las Vegas to meet with survivors of the shooting and families of the victims.
We're going to pay our respects and to see the police, who have done really a fantastic job in a very short time.
And we take you now to these live pictures. This is Las Vegas McCarran International Airport. We do expect Air Force One to touch down here in Las Vegas in about 25 minutes. His scheduled arrival time is 12:30 Eastern time, 9:30 here, the local time in Las Vegas. We do know that he is expected to go to one of the hospitals, the area hospitals here where victims were rushed to meet with some of those victims and their families, as well as the doctors and medical professionals that have helped them and been treating them. Then he will meet with first responders and some of the Good Samaritans and the heroes that helped folks who were injured and hurt during all of this madness. back out live here. We know that, of course, the investigation continues. Mary Lou Danley now a crucial part of this investigation. We understand that she did arrive in Los Angeles late last night and will be brought here to Las Vegas sometime today. Reporting live in Las Vegas, Leanne Morejon, Local 10 News.
And Leanne, you did mention that the president's going to be visiting some of these hospitals and speaking with some survivors. How many people are still hospitalized? And I understand there are just a tremendous number who are actually in critical condition.
That's right. There are still people who are fighting for their lives, critically injured, some of them on ventilators. We know there were some people who were released just hours after the shooting. There is one gentleman I spoke to yesterday who came rushing in from Sonoma County, California, after his daughter was shot in the back. Just imagine that phone call for this father and his wife, the mother of this 20-year-old girl. We know that she's expected to be okay. Just an example of one of these people who is just so lucky to have even survived all of this, even when she was wounded. We're told that the bullet just missed her spine, did not hit any vital organs, but she did need to be hospitalized for some time. We also know that the bullet is still in her back, and at some point she will need to have that removed. But at this point she was stable enough to be released to the hospital, back to her family, who was just so relieved. But we know there are so many others, more than 500, who were injured in some type of way after all of this. So people are going to continue to be released from the hospital, but there are some people that are still hospitalized that require critical care at this point.
And it certainly gives me the chills thinking of that phone call, as you say. All right, thanks so much, Leanne.